What's good, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back. BX Brother 718 _ TV live with Madden NFL20 Legacy Football League, custom franchise mode, season 1, week 5. Got my Oakland Raiders hosting the Chicago Bears. We came off a good, exciting victory last week versus the Colts. Hopefully we can continue that up here in week 5. Ooh, we are in London.
NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and our home team.
Right.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Juice box love.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Not listening to it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
Undercut. Watch the safety creep. OP.
This is the former Jet. Isaiah Crowell. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
We just got to keep an eye on that Khalil Mack, man.
Shotgun now for Carr. Into double coverage, and it's
Khalil is a boss, man.
Off at his own 10, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Crowell. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, we're good, we're good. We're right at 8. Well, Jumbo. Come on. Watch quick, watch quick, watch quick. Quick, quick. Shift, watch the shift.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And this one's incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
637. Hey, Haywood. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. They're not ready. Put that down. They're not ready for this. Express. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 52.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session and be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. I don't know that you've got a wealth of options here now. 3rd down from your 2.
The question is, how much confidence do you actually have in various aspects of your team? In your defense, in case things go wrong. In your quarterback to take care of the football. Your offensive line to protect it. If you're feeling pretty confident about all of those things, you might take a shot right here.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And
why is AB not going to get the ball, man?
Coming from both sides,
and you got
no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Come on now, let's go.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Kill. Mike, check. 59. He don't know no better. Right Monday down.
Carr gonna throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's gonna lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Down. 180. Mike is 59. This is what we do. So wait on 2.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up.
Down. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. I smell fear now. 734. Go. Check 24. Jim. Express. Watch the motion.
On 2nd and 15 now. Carr, and that is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Carr. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let's go. Let's do it.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, pressure comes and Trubisky goes down. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From the 17, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. The point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hatchet. Right on one. Express.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 50 yards.
Damn, AB, that was dope.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Carr gives to Richard. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, echo. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Carr. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Watch the twist. Kill. Kill. Turn up. You're mine.
From the gun, Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. This is Hunt. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And a look up here to Allen Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 27, Carr. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Quit talking about it.
Now it's Trubisky. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Trubisky. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, let's go!
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives. Ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Man open left side is Brown. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
All day, just like that, just like that. He's coming, double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
All day, baby, all day.
Probably.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Okay.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
18.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Joker.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check. Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Yes.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
180. 54. Right, 54. Let's go, 1-1.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Trubisky will throw. He'll buy some time right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a give to Richard. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr now to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to grade the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Leaping, and he makes the grab. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Welcome back now here in London. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Carr, and he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Buster Screen.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Go! 180! 50's the mark. Hey, let's get in them holes. Tight dog, tight dog.
On first down, it's Hunt. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
180! Mike 50. Here we go.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
180! Ricky.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes.
We got this.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Point after up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
All day, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
You got it.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
11 yards there, first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Carr, it's a screen to Richard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, we're good. You 180.
Again, it's Carr. This is Crowell on the catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were trying to go to Brown once again, so the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Carr completes it, and he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
58, the money. I'm here all day.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Now it's Crowell. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. They'll go with a big bang, Crowell. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check, check, check. Move.
They run again with Hunt. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Whip. Watch the whip. Move.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. With it is Brown.
Hey, good game, Swim. Way to dominate, man. Way to dominate this game.
For the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately